Hello and welcome everybody to my final Lorwyn Eclipsed draft video. I'm Paul Cheon, and our ranking, well, let's not talk about our ranking. You know, it's about the journey and the fun that we have along the way. Am I right? But yes, this will be my final Lorwyn Eclipsed draft video because, of course, tomorrow, the early access event for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will be out. So I will be posting only videos from the new set because that's what everybody wants to see. So let's hope to end things out very strongly here, hopefully with a nice rare or two. Now, before we hop into this draft, I wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all of your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of Lorwyn Eclipsed, or you wanted to pre-order some booster boxes of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Additionally, go to HeavyPlay.com for all your Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, everything to make sure you're ready to go for your next tabletop gaming experience, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. All right, what will our final rare be? Sig. All right, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Obviously, a very, very good card. You want to be Merfolk, but you know, if you're like a elemental deck with some mana fixing, you can certainly make the case that you can play this, and you know, just card is just very, very strong overall. The uncommons, we have Prisma Basher if you wanted to do some fun, vivid things. Boggart Cursecrafter. I don't know that I've actually drafted goblins once this set. I've played it plenty of times in the sealed deck events, but man. And we have a Tweeze here, but of course Sig is by far the best card in this pack, so we're going to take that. And now I see a Seer, and so nothing really better than the Seer here. Rare is missing. At common, we have Blightrot, Lissalon Informant, Temporal Cleansing, some okay commons, but I don't think anything on the same level as Seer. So let's go ahead and take this. And then now, ooh, okay. So now we have some direction here. Pack 1, pick 3, we have Champion of the Path, Flamekin Guildweaver, Unexpected Assistance, and I guess Tributary Vaulter to some degree. Now, we are certainly seeing some of these elemental cards, which leads me to want to move into that direction a little bit more. All right, I'm going to take the unconventional pick. I think Unexpected Assistance or Flamekin Guildweaver are totally fine picks. But for my last draft, I'm going to take Champion of the Pack because I want to try to get Kindle the Inner Flame. I was able to do this by myself. Red, by the way, very, very open. Where I was able to copy Champion of the Path and then flashback and copy again and basically put together the Splinter Twin combo. So while I think on average, Unexpected Assistance, especially with the Sig, might have been a better pick there, I'm going to take Champion of the Path and hope to have a little bit of fun here in my final draft video. All right, pack 1, pick 5. What do we have? Swat Away I find to just be okay. The double blue really kind of takes a lot away from it. I'm just going to take Flamekin Guildweaver here. This is just a card that I really, really like. It's, you know, gives you the ability to make a treasure, and that allows you to potentially splash other colors, which I think is quite great. Although now I might need to kind of move into a slightly different direction here. I'm not missing out on too much here, but that's a really late Eclipse Boggart. And so I think I'm going to take that here. There's nothing really in blue-red that I would like. Flame Chain Mauler, I feel, is highly replacement level. So I think there is a lot of upside by taking the Boggart here and perhaps potentially pivoting into a Goblins deck if it shows itself to be open. All right, pack 1, pick 7. Squawk Roaster, I don't really love. Certainly not seeing a ton of the blue stuff here. We have Flame Chain Mauler versus Mischievous Sneakling. Here, I think it's close enough. Once again, I'm going to take the Mischievous Sneakling just because this would be a more playable card if I end up in like a red-black deck. Again, I think it's very close between the two. But, I mean, it does look like Goblins might be open. Now, even if Goblins is quote-unquote open, it's still not particularly strong. But maybe we should try to make it work given that it's our last draft and it does feel open. For example, here, that's a pick a Gristle Glutton, which is arguably the most important common in the Goblin decks. There's also Temporal Cleansing, which is pretty good if I wanted to do blue-red elementals. But why don't we take the Gristle Glutton? Okay, and there we go. Goblins is open. All right. We are shifting gears here. I like the fact that we speculated on the Eclipse Boggart here, and then we got the Gristle Glutton. I took the flexible pick and the Sneakling, and now we're set up pretty nicely here to be a Goblin deck. All right, Temporal Cleansing here and Midnight Tilling still in the pack, but this looks okay. Unexpected Assistance on the wheel, so I'm going to take it here in case we give up. Oh, wow, blue also open, right? I mean, honestly, the Elementals deck might still be better than the Goblins deck, right? Like, these 5 cards might be better than Cursecrafter, Eclipse Boggart, and Vile Boggart. Okay, so we have to still tread carefully here, although this pack, we don't really have to think too much. We're going to take Sanar Innovative first year. This is going to be fantastic in both a Goblins and an Elementals deck. Really, really good source of card advantage. So let's go ahead and take that. Yeah, I feel like I need to just like pick a lane right away, but this it's kind of a little bit tricky, right? Right, so like these are our Goblin cards, and these are our Elementals cards, and the Sneakling is like kind of in between. Here we have Boulder Dash, Mud Button Curse Tosser, and Bog Slither's Embrace. So I'm going to take the Boulder Dash because it lets me potentially still play Elementals, and I think there's a really decent chance that the Curse Tosser will table, and the Boulder Dash is a card that will be good in either deck that we draft. All right, pack 2, pick 3, what do we have? No Goblins or Elementals. I am sad. There's just a Lissalon. I mean, sometimes you'll have packs like this. There's literally nothing I want. I'll just take a Sneakling. Now, look, Sneakling is not a card I want to play in either of these decks. I did pass a couple of Temporal Cleansings, but I mean, we still got a late Unexpected Assistance and a Swat away, so we'll still be okay if we want to go Elementals. And that's a really late Flame Braider. Pack 2, pick 4. I think I'm going to take that over Temporal Cleansing and no Goblins in sight, so we might have to shift back. And yeah, we're shift. Look, Goblins is just simply not something that you want to be unless it's just disgustingly open. And right now, it's not disgustingly open. It's just like a little bit open. Here, I'll take Kolrath Zealot as a nice top-end card here over Unexpected Assistance and Flaring Cinder. I suppose it would be the type of card that I can still play even in a Goblin Shell if I need. Here, we'll take Feed the Flames over Stratosaur. Could certainly use another piece of interaction. Now we have Tweez. Wow, what is this pack? Again, I firmly believe that a lot of the good drafters are cubing right now. So I feel like the level of the drafts have gone down over the last week since Cube came out. But I'm going to take Tweez here. And now we don't really have to worry about taking removal anymore. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 removal effects. So going to be leaning into... I'm going to take Hallowed Fountain just in case. I mean, I do have a Sig, so might as well. Soulbright Seeker versus Feed the Flames, number 2. I'm going to take Soulbright Seeker here, just to have a cheap creature to play for my deck. The Mud Button Curse Tosser did table. I guess I'll take it, just in case. Were we just super unlucky and no Goblins cards were opened? I mean, there was a world where that happened, right? It's not like we got a ton of blue in this pack. Wow, this is nuts. We're not making a decision until the bitter end. I mean, look, we're still getting Temporal Cleansings and... Okay. We're getting Unexpected Assistances and Temporal Cleansing super late still. Pack 3, pick 1. There's a Sapling Nursery, Spry and Mighty, Silvergill Mentor, Soulbright Seeker, some removal. I'm just going to take another Kolrath Zealot. There is no number of Kolrath Zealots, I think. That is too much. I do want to get the Splinter Twin combo going with this Champion of the Path, so hopefully we can pull that off. Pack 3, pick 2, bunch of Elves, bunch of Merfolk. Nothing in our color combination. I guess I can take a Marrow Sky Swimmer, but there's nothing in Goblins or Merfolk in this pack. Some Kithkin and whatnot, so I guess we'll take Sky Swimmer. I mean, it's a playable card, but not the most exciting card, given what we have so far. The Eclipse cards are always the best indication of which archetypes are open. We did get the Boggart and the Flamekin, so I think that's where we need it to be. I will take the Eclipse Flamekin out of this pack. Oh, wow. Okay. Twin Flame Travelers or End Blaze Epiphany. I don't actually have that many things that trigger super well off of this thing. I guess I have Champion of the Path, and this is just like a really fantastic removal spell. It's like kill a creature, draw a card. I'll take it. All right. Moving on to pack 3, pick 5. I'm just going to take a Gangly Stompling just for the sake of my mana curve here. We're just going to need to fill out this deck with random cards. And we have plenty of random cards here to fill the deck out with. Here I'll take Flame Chain Mauler over basically nothing. I wonder if Sneak... Oh, I do like Noggle Robber. There's also Stratosaur, but I desperately need cheap plays here. So let's go ahead and take the Noggle Robber here. Here we have Giant Fall. I actually think I have enough removal where I'm not interested in Giant Fall. Maybe I'll take a Peddler. That's a 3-drop that helps me convoke things. Here we have Foraging Wickermaw, Spiral into Solitude, and Rooftop Percher. I don't care about Spiral into Solitude. Foraging Wickermaw, I have like 1 Vivid card. I guess I'll take a Percher. Yeah, I mean, all these cards are kind of medium. The thing here is I just feel like I have too much removal. I might need to cut the SWAT away. We'll see. I mean, to be fair, this is a deck. It's just like, I'm a little bit concerned I'm not going to have enough ways to actually close out games. But we'll see. I might need to play some of these like top end, you know, random flyers just to be able to kill my opponents. Because our spell situation is really, really great. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 10 spells. I kind of like all of them. Swat Away, I think, is the worst of my spells, just because of the difficulty in casting it. Don't need Gristle Glutton here. I do need to cut a removal spell, so I'm looking at the 2 bounce effects here. Let's just cut all the non-elementals here, just to make it so that like Flame Braider and Champion of the Path and Eclipse Flamekin do a little more work. Yeah, definitely cut SWAT Away. Yeah, I think I have too much removal. I'm going to cut the Cleansing just because I feel like my creature count early on is not going to be that great. And I just have 3, 4, 5, 6 removal spells already. And then I can cut like maybe a couple of creatures here. I mean, I can probably cut like Gangly Stompling and either the Percher or a Sneakling. And I think I'm just gonna cut the Sneakling here. I don't ever want to draw like multiple copies of this thing. And it's just like, I'm playing it just so because I have unexpected assistance and I need some number of 2-drops here. But I do feel that like I need a way to close out games, and the Percher helps with that. So let's try something like this. All right, and I'm going to play with the full 17 lands. Double Unexpected Assistance, double Korat Zealot, which I want to hardcast. Like, I think I'm okay playing a little bit more lands here, and I have a higher mana curve. All right, now before round 1 starts, I did want to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Wanted to give a special shout out to all the patrons. Really do appreciate your support. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to join a fantastic group of folks looking to up their limited game. I post monthly videos for the Patreon only, along with monthly streams for the Patreon that I share with all the patrons. If you want to take your game to the next level, check it out. All right, so again, I mean, this deck is just okay. It's not like completely insane. I think we were in a pretty open lane overall, but sometimes you still don't get everything that you need. Like, there is a world where we could have had an insane Goblin deck, but I feel like Pack 2 was kind of that point where it's like, if somebody passes me a bunch of Goblins, maybe I'll move in. And by Goblins, I mean like good uncommons, but I didn't see enough. So here we are, my comfort zone. Elemental Control. Gold Meadow Nomad, okay. We do have this Tweeze to slow down. Good thing we went first too, because this is a slower hand and a slower deck in general. I have Mischievous Sneakling in my deck. You brave soul. I guess you're not losing out on too much because it's an Gold Meadow Nomad, so sure. Crossroads Watcher. Okay. So I didn't draw a play for this turn, so I think I'm going to take 3 and kill the Crossroads Watcher with the Tweeze. Next turn, I basically have no choice but to play Champion of the Path here. Discard this island. Cinder Strike is pretty good. Yeah, let's just play it. I mean, I have nothing else to play. And I don't even think this card's like particularly great in my deck. I just, like I said, I kind of need a way to close things out. I really would have liked to pick up Kindle the Inner Flame. I wanted to live that dream, but we are not living that dream today. But, you know, this is still going to trade with something. And, I mean, it hits really, really hard. And then I still can just get my Kolrath Zealot back, right? The disaster scenario here is if they spiral into Solitude, my Champion of the Path, right? Like, Liminal Hold is fine, but Spiral into Solitude is especially bad. It looks like they might have Assert Perfection, which would be good. Crossroads Watcher. Okay. Interesting. What do I want to do here? Do I just attack with Champion of the Path? I mean, it hits for 7. I kind of want to play the Kolrath Zealot next turn anyways. And I'm going to keep the Cinder Strike. I mean, the other line was like Cinder Strike this. I don't know. I mean, there was just like no great lines regardless. So now I'm going to have to pay full price on the Unexpected Assistance. Land number 5 from the opponent. They could have Miss Meadow, whatever. Although, if they had that, they might have played it last turn too. They just played 2 Crossroads Watchers here. Gallant Foul Knight, okay? Sure. Hey, I'm glad I actually traded the 7/3 here because that would have been 5 damage coming in. Like, I understand their reasoning for blocking as well. I think that was a both parties accept the transaction type situation. I don't need to play Kolrath Zealot here. 3 cards in hand for the opponent. Drew a land. We got some interesting, we got an interesting spot here. I can play Sanar plus Flamebraider just to have like 2 decent blockers. That leaves the Sanar, of course, vulnerable to like some kind of removal spell. But Kolrath Zealot is even worse into a removal spell. But I suppose if they kill the Kolrath Zealot, I take 7 and then I can still go Sanar Flamebraider. You know what? I want the Sanar to live. Let's do this. Who knows? Maybe they have nothing. Assert Perfection wouldn't work here, so that's great. It has to be... Pitiless Fist wouldn't be that great either. So it has to be Spiral into Solitude or Liminal Hold. I suppose Pyrrhic Strike would also work. And if they attack me, I'm obviously 100% blocking. I wonder why the 3/4 didn't attack. Oh, because they have Assert Perfection after damage. I think this is what's happening. Which, of course, I am okay with. Yep. Hey, look. This is me just like holding on to the Sanar until I see everything else in my opponent's hand, right? Alright, Rooftop Percher. I kind of want to play this Flame Chain Mauler this turn. And I kind of want to kill this Foul Knight. Actually, they have 1 card left. I mean, I should probably play the Sanar now. The alternative is to play Flamebraider and Cinder Strike, the Foul Knight. But if I do, then I don't really have like super good blocks anyways. I suppose I can just take some of the damage here next turn. 1 card in hand for the opponent. Now let's go Sanar here. They use their Assert Perfection, hoping they don't have like 1 more good interactive spell here. If they did, they would fire it off instantly. I think if they had a combat trick last turn, they would have cast that as well to kill the Kolrath Zealot. So I don't actually mind this spot here at all. No attacks? All right, they get to surveil, but this is good. We now have Sanar online, and now we get to... I didn't realize you could pick 2 things, by the way. Wait, oh, never mind. I can only pick 1 thing. So there's Boulder Dash and Noggle Robber. Boulder Dash doesn't really kill anything. So I guess I'll take Noggle Robber. Alright. Let's play the land, play Noggle Robber. Play Flame Braider. And kill a Wary Farmer. Let's put a counter on Flame Braider. And we're looking good. Alright, so it's 20 to 10, but I have Sanar online. Oh, I could take a blue and a red card. That's how that works. And I also have the ability to play Unexpected Assistance here, and I have Flame Braider to cast the Rooftop Percher, so everything looking very good here. Lots of card advantage. Sanar drew us 1 card. The Kolrad Zealot drew us 1 card. So, I mean, just really hard to grind through all of this. I mean, Wary Farmer is kind of what the Selesnya decks use to smooth out their draws here. Pitiless Fists. Okay, that's very good. Sanar down. I don't think they're going to attack here. Does not seem like a great attack. Like, the Foul Knight has a much better attack next turn. Alright, never mind. Do I actually block with Flame Braider? Like, do I need all the extra mana? Maybe not. The combat stats might be more relevant here. Although I am about to cast Unexpected Assistance. Whatever, let's just block like this. Discard Mountain. Get a treasure. One card left for the opponent. I don't need to play the Endblaze Epiphany just yet. I think I want to go Guildweaver into Rooftop Percher. I'm glad I kept the Flame Braider around. Let's do this and Foul Knight, I guess. I guess I should have actually maybe removed Pitiless Fist. I forgot about Dundle and Weaver. So maybe Pitiless Fist was the better thing to remove there. Thoughtweft Imbuer. Wow. That's a lot of damage. Fortunately, we gained some life here off the Percher. But we will be using the Epiphany there. Well, although, you know what's really unfortunate about that? I mean, I'm going to take it here. The unfortunate thing about that is the fact that, like, I just don't draw a card off of the Endblaze Epiphany here. I bet it's like a random mediocre creature. Boulder Dash doesn't do much here. Let's play Eclipsed Flamekin, see what we hit. Mischievous Sneakling, I guess that's better than a land at this point. The leftovers are 7 to 20. Let's just get somewhat aggressive here. Oh, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. They might just take it on. I mean, they're at 20 life. You know what I mean? Okay, well, that worked out way better than I thought it would. And, you know, you make plays to... You know, give your opponent the opportunity to potentially mess up, right? I'm not saying they messed up, but just like, you know, like, obviously, you could just say, hey, I'm at 20 life, I can take the damage. But if they block, then all of a sudden Boulder Dash becomes fantastic, right? I feel like I gotta full control this. Okay, I gotta kill this now. Or do I just give them a I'm going to just give them a Surveil. It's fine. I'm just going to play the Sneakling. We've dug through a lot of cards. Remember, they kept a card on top, so there's a decent chance it's like a combat trick, too. Flame Chain Mauler, sure. And, you know, the Percher is doing what I was expecting, what I was wanting it to do, right? Which is just finding some way to close out the games, which these decks always have trouble with. Here comes the combat trick. And here comes the fruits of our labor. I believe that was a Korath Zealot. All right. Land? Nope, that's a Sig. Hey, Sig is still good. We draw our Hallowed Fountain. All right, looks like, I mean, look, our opponent's deck was just like a fine Kithkin deck, but we were able to get good value and good sequencing of our removal spells, and we were able to get it done. So 1-0. That was a good game of Magic. I'm so happy I saved my Endblaze Epiphany there. Whew. That would have been not good. It's like they didn't play a creature that turn. They must have a trick, right? That was my conclusion. And I'm glad that conclusion was correct. All right, opponent on the play here. We have 2 lands on the draw with a Boulder Dash. Lots of removal. Our opponent leading with Swamp. Very likely to be land cycling this Korath Zealot with our hand. That's a Boggart Prankster, which does not get Boulder Dashed. Oh, wow. Second Korath Zealot. Okay. Yeah, and we're going to be land cycling for a second Mountain because we have Noggle Robber in our deck. Man, how dare you play a deck with a bunch of little creatures and play a 3 toughness creature? Actually, both the commons are 3 toughness. Boulder Dash is a lot better against Merfolk and Kithkin. Oh, hey, you know what? I'll take it. A clean answer to the Elder Auntie. We got to do what we can to survive. I mean, it was fine. Look, I have a mana floating. It's not like I crushed my opponent, right? I just killed their 3-drop. That's all that was. Gangly Stompling. Okay. I mean, to be fair, Endblaze Epiphany on Gangly Stompling seems pretty good. Just I get to look at 4 cards. I also have Feed the Flames as an option. Huh. Maybe I save this, though. Scarblade Scout. Okay, that one is not too bad. All right, let's play Rooftop Percher. Actually does a really good job of blocking everything that they have. Let's exile 2 relevant spells, gain us some life. If they kill this, I don't mind. I want to hold off on Champion of the Path because I want to be able to play Korath Zealot first, then champion the Korath Zealot, so that if the champion dies, I get a lot of value. Sting Slinger is the play. It looks like a Cinder Strike on the Rooftop Percher. Sure. And you're going to be that's what you're going to expect from from these decks. Just lots of removal. Why do they do that? All right. Eclipse Flamekin and Korath Zealot. I'm just going to play the Zealot and hope they don't have a removal spell. Hey, Percher's good. Gains me some life back if they kill my Zealot. Here comes a Bog Slither's Embrace. Yep. Alright, so we take 5 damage here. Iron Shield Elf, that's extremely good. Don't really have too much of a choice here. This is one of those, like, is your hand 5 removal spells? Or 3, rather? We'll find out. Yeah, I mean, a good curve with a bunch of cheap removal spells backed up by it will be something that's tough for me to handle. It absolutely will be. Like, we did gain 6 life this game, you know? I mean, I feel like if they had a removal spell, this would be very easy. So, curious what they have. Oh, come on. How is that even... How is that even hard? Oh, they're giving all their stuff haste. So I should kill the Iron Shield Elf, and that's 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Okay. I need more removal. Sure. I mean, this is going to be painful because the Sting Slinger, rather, can kill me. Like, over 2 turns. So I need... and I used a lot of my removal already. That's a Cinder Strike, which I desperately would have... And Seer? Oh, that's rough. Yeah, I think we're going to get Sting Slinged out. Yeah. Oh, I mean, solid Goblin deck. Bunch of good removal, and Grub's Command is one of the main reasons to be Goblins. Yeah, so they got us low enough. I even gained 6 life. Like, I had a perfectly fine draw there. Lots of removal, ways to just gain a bunch of life, and that Grub's Command at the end really did us in. All right, 1-1. All right, opponent on the play here, playing against Admirable. Nice choice of island. I approve, sir. Elemental Mirror. Foraging Wickermaw is the play there. Gonna go ahead and just play my Flame Chain Mauler here on turn 2. I have a Cinder Strike, which... I mean, if they play like a Flaring Cinder or something, that would be nice. Okay. Yep, that's also totally fine for us to kill. 2 damage here. Let's attack. You got me! Oh, the bluff block! Oh! Now they have a bunch of mana up, so I'm not really sure what I want to do. Alright, let's attack. So I got a Flamekin Guildweaver versus Sanar here with 4 cards. I'm just going to play the Guildweaver for now. It still just provides a pretty good clock. They're probably going to draw 3, discard a card here, or play Feed the Flames. No, if they played Feed the Flames, they would have blocked. So I think this is good. Like, I have still enough of a board presence here where they're going to just want to kill my aggressive red elementals. I can even play some Rooftop Perchers, you know. Although this does match up pretty poorly against Stratosaur specifically. Like, Stratosaur would be probably, honestly, given my hand, the best thing that they could play, honestly. Oh my gosh. They have Ashling's Command. Oh well. Maybe. Did I call it? Am I calling it? Is it Ashling's Command? Why? I mean, that block, right? It just made it super obvious. Oh, well. That's a really good card, but, you know, we still have... We got the 3/3 in play. I mean, sure, they have 17,000 cards in hand. This is a Temporal Cleansing on my Percher. Yeah. Oh, Cinder Strike. Never mind. That's also something that they can do, of course. And we have a Soulbright Seeker and another Rooftop Percher. They have a Mischievous Sneakling available. If they kill this, I do not care. In fact, I encourage them to kill this. You know what I mean? Alright, if not, then I can just play Rooftop Percher. Let's get the Ashling's Command and the Cinder Strike. We still have Sanar and Seer. Admirable's down to 5 cards here. Stratosaur would still be very good. Alright, Seer has taken down the Percher. So I'm hoping now, okay? We've shown maximum patience with our Sanar. I am hoping... Champion of the Path. Oof, that's a good one. That the Sanar does something. Endblaze Epiphany. 7 cards is a lot. I am just going to Seer this. Hold on. Seer you. Play Sanar. Hey, we're actually taking advantage of the mana generation from the Soulbright Seeker. That's pretty cool. All right, 3 cards left in hand for Admirable. Just insta-scoop to Sanar. That seems like slightly premature, but you know what? It's okay. We defeated Ashling's Command. All right, 2-1. Let's keep it going. I'm at least feeling like we're locked in for this. You know, win or lose, like I'm feeling good about the patience that we're exhibiting with all of our spells. Things are going well. Alrighty, on the play here, I will keep... Our deck really wants to go first just because our curve is a little bit wonky. By design. Feel like I'm playing the bare minimum. And, I mean, this is why I'm not playing the Temporal Cleansing, just because I don't have like a million 2-drops in my deck. Swat Away could be a consideration, but like I said, the double blue is... And I already have a bunch of interaction. But we have turn 3 Eclipse Flamekin into Flamekin Guildweaver, which can hopefully ramp us into the Kolrath Zealot, and then at some point we can drop the Sanar to kind of use that as a way to get a bunch of card advantage. All right. Uh-oh. Gold Meadow Nomad. Okay. Are they Merfolk or Kithkin? Kithkin. Thoughtweft Lieutenant. I mean, that is a nice start here. Let's play Eclipse Kithkin. It's a good blocker. I'm glad. Can you imagine if I was on the draw this game? I would have no chance. Probably. Wary Farmer. So they're gonna split the difference here. Pump the Nomad. Hit me with both, which is the thing to do, for sure. We take 2. Next turn we play the Guildweaver. Great blocker all around. We're in survival mode here. Oh, golly. There's there's like, you know, it doesn't really matter how well you play if you don't have the interaction here. Look, I'm playing 6 removal spells. Like, I feel like that's like kind of what you sign up for. Alright, let's just play the Kolrat Zealot, because I'm just looking for cards here that can possibly kill the Imbuer. There's not that many, though. That's the problem. Also, it's just, like, lots of stats, which means I might be able to, like, double chump block or something. Oh, just casual 7/7. All right. Oh! That is a legitimate answer, but I lose out on Noggle Robber. Is that worth? Like, I can go Noggle Robber into Sanar, which is pretty good. I think I'm going to do that, but I'm not 100% confident in this. And I need to save the Endblaze Epiphany for the Imbuer. Like, even if they trample something, we have decent blocks here. Okay. That is a 6/7 Trampler. Oh my, this is so gross. Thought-Weft Imbuer, you are a gross, gross Magic the Gathering card. Take it. The problem here is I need to kill the Imbuer. So I'm just not going to reveal any of these cards, right? All right. Two cards left. We need you to whiff. If they play a creature, pump the Bristlebane Outrider, I can still double block with my 4/3 and 3/3. This is definitely a very, very big turn in terms of my survivability. I could have chump blocked with Eclipse Flamekin and just, like, not taken 6 damage. I could have taken 4... I could have been at 6 here and chump with the Flamekin. Maybe that was better. Maybe that was better. Big turn for the opponent. Presumably they have a creature to play this turn. If they have Assert Perfection on Bristlebane Outrider, they kill the Flamekin Guildweaver, and then I have to chump block with the Noggle Robber. We have Feed the Flames in our deck as well. So this becomes a 6... Yeah, 6/6. Okay. Yeah, so that was a mistake. I think I needed to block with the Flamekin. Just to chump block. Give myself more breathing room here, because now we're just, like, vulnerable to so many different top decks. Whereas when I'm at 6, I have, a lot, like I said, a lot more breathing room. I mean, I don't have any other plays other than double blocking, so... There's no, like, oh, I need to do... You know what I mean? Sure. So they're taking the 2-for-1 here. Oh! That's not a Kithkin. That's not a Kithkin. Oh, that was really bad. Oh my gosh. Wow. So that's a Feed the Flames. But I have this Tweeze in my hand. Let me think. No, I'll take Feed the Flames and Sneakling. Sure. And I have to play it this turn, right? So let's kill you. Nice try. Play Sneakling. Still gonna chill. Alright, next turn I feel almost obligated. I feel like I almost have to just play Rooftop Percher. Just to stay away from the danger zone. Adept Water Shaper? Sure. Well, I mean, if I just keep drawing removal, I probably should just cast the removal spells, right? So like Seer plus Sig, I guess. And let's target the Noggle Robber. Keep out. That's fine. That's actually totally fine. I don't think it's worth it to play a Plains for Sig, honestly. Just like my mana isn't that great anyways. Like, I think this is just a good enough card to play, and then I have a Hallowed Fountain. It's a Surly Farrier. Alright, we'll discard a Mountain. 16 cards left. I am not going to pay that. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Cinder Strike. I'm just going to take Cinder Strike. Let's kill you. Oh, I messed that up. Oh well. I could have gotten an extra point of mana off of the Soulblight Seeker. But I think we're still fine here. Let's exile this. And this. Alright. We're at 5 life now, which is a much, much safer life total. They have 1 card. Our board looks fantastic. We are digging, digging, digging. Sanar, yeah, they finally kill the Sanar, but I think that's far too late at this point. Not interested in flipping just yet. Let's trample you, trample you. I didn't need to trample that one. Trample you. Then let's play Kolrath. Well, actually, you know what? Let's just play another Rooftop Percher. All right, let's remove this and this. Attack, attack, attack. Let's play Flame Chain Mauler. All right. Whew. Yeah, I think we made one small misstep. I think I should have chump blocked with the Flamekin to keep myself at 6. Outside of that, you know, we did a pretty decent job digging and trying to come back there. And we were victorious. 3-1. All right, on the play here, we're going to keep this. We actually have like a somewhat aggressive start here, which is great. Soulblight Seeker into Flame Chain Mauler into, you know, Endblaze Epiphany killing something small is totally fine. All right, Hallowed Fountain, so we're playing against a Merfolk gamer. I'm going to play out the Mountain here because now if I draw another Mountain, I can actually play a turn 3 Sanar, right? So want to give ourselves outs to that here if possible. I don't want the... Oh, Noggle Robber is incredible. Wow, that was a fantastic draw. What a curve here on the play, right? This is awesome. Nothing turn 2 from the opponent either. Here comes like a Peddler. Reluctant Downguard, okay. Okay. Well, I'm certainly not interested in killing that right now. I think they might just have to block here, so let's just get aggressive. I mean, they have to be feeling the pressure here. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that was a totally fine move from the opponent. But now we have Sanar. If they kill the Sanar, well, I still have a Noggle Robber and a Soulbright Seeker. Temporal Cleansing, we're certainly keeping that on top. That was certainly good. Do I have the ability to cast the Sanar here? 4 red mana. I think so. So we go Haumph, Haumph, Haumph. 4, 5, 6. 1. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. I have to use like all my resources, but I miss out on damage, but maybe that's worth. I have to tap both of these though. Oh gosh, what the heck do I discard? I guess Cinder Strike? That's insane that I had to discard Cinder Strike. I mean, I don't even know if that's correct. Deep Channel Duelist. Maybe it wasn't. Tributary Vaulter, okay. Tweeze, I'll take the Tweeze. Alright, so... Trample... yeah. Soulbright Seeker has been doing a lot of work. Drawing that third mountain was great, and we are back into top 250 with probably, you know, honestly, like the best draw that my deck can probably muster up there. 4-1. Alright, on the play here, I mean, I have 2 mountains, but I got the Flame Braider. And so I'm going to keep this. If I can find a third land, and I have 2 land cyclers too. Yeah, this is an easy keep. And my 2 land cyclers are the red land cyclers, but I got Tweeze to be able to kill something and rummage, find stuff if I need. There's a Boulder Dash. I don't think I'm going to get like enough good value off of this Boulder Dash. But what do I want to Tweeze away, right? Do I want to save the Tweeze for a later turn? Let's just get in for maximum damage. Oh, wow, they missed the land drop. Okay. Flamekin Guildweaver is obviously great. So we will be playing that. Don't need to use the Seer just yet. Might have to hold on to this blue mana for dear life. Alright, they did draw their 3rd land drop, but perhaps that slowed them down. To be fair, I also missed my 4th land drop. So, you know, I have a Flame Braider in play, but this is still anyone's game. What the hell? Okay. The Glamour Gifter is good. Look. I'm just Flame Braider is doing a lot of work here. Let's just put it that way, okay? Who needs blue cards or lands when you have the Flame Braider? Right? This could be like in Unexpected Assistance or something along those lines. Just attack. Kind of don't want to discard anything, right, with the Tweeze? Is this another Glamour Gifter? Oh, just Unexpected Assistance. That's fine. So, I mean, we're getting in for a good amount of damage here. They drew some cards, but I think this... I'm hoping that my board is just a little bit too much. Now I need to consider the fact that, like, Tweeze goes to the face. So if I want to use a removal spell, I would be heavily leaning towards playing the Endblaze Epiphany here. Actually, I'm almost 100% going to play this if they play a 3 toughness creature. But yeah, Just their hand was a little too awkward. And Flame Braider did a lot of work. That's why you play the Perchers, you know, like it's like just lean into some of those elemental synergies. And we are now sitting at 5-1, which is honestly, I didn't think this deck was anything special. I thought 5 wins was kind of the upper range. We're already there, so I'm pretty happy. All right, opponent on the play, but I do have a very good hand against an aggressive start. I have 3 lands, Boulder Dash, Tweeze, and Feed the Flame, so kill all your things and play a big elemental. Here's my question, though. If they play a 2-drop, do I Boulder Dash? Probably. If they play a 2-drop with 1 toughness... Okay, never mind. They just played Mountain Forest. All right, this is probably some kind of jank Vivid deck. Sizzling Changeling. Okay. 5 cards in hand. Draw your card. I'm saving the tweet. First of all, like, I mean, some of these lands might be useful, but I'm just not going to find an instance where I'm going to be able to get, like, maximum value off of this anyways. So I'm saving the Tweeze just because it deals more damage and allows me to kill a 3 toughness creature later on. Feed the Flames I could have used on Sizzling Changeling for sure. So they're Naya Elementals. Classic. Well, the removal spells don't stop for us, and we have the Kolrath Zealot to get some of the card advantage back. But certainly our hand is not insane by any means, but it has answers. It has answers. Oh, they're doing the same thing with the Boulder Dash, sure. There's a land and a Keyroll, okay. I think I'm going to take this for now. And, like, use a Seer end of turn if I need to. But I'd rather keep up the Feed the Flames to be able to kill something. Like, if they play a land into Kolrath Zealot this turn, I want to be able to Feed the Flames that first, right? So that's kind of what I'm going to be waiting for and taking a little bit of damage as a result. Oh, okay. So now they're playing Flamekin Guildweaver, and they can copy it to make another treasure. In which case, I will just Seer the Keyroll. So they only get the 1 treasure. And Keyroll is more dangerous than the Flamekin Guildweaver anyways. Changeling Wayfinder, sure. Alright, so they're just like Naya cards. I'm sure there's going to be some strong Vivid payoffs here. And it's not like I'm drawing a ton of cards here. Oh, wow. So we'll play Soulbright Seeker. Reveal this. Target it 3 times. Look, it's still in play. I mean, it's better than not being in play, right? Alright, they got a swamp, so they can have like a Shine Striker or something. What is it called? Not Shine Striker. The 5-mana 3/5 drain card. We'll see. Eclipse Flamekin. Okay, so yeah, they are 4-color elementals, but not blue, which is super odd. But you know, whatever you can do to make this work, you know what I mean? It looks like they have a few good options here too. And we're basically out of gas here. Kithkeeper. Phenomenal. And a Liminal Hold? Wow. That's insane. Okay. So now we need to find like a Sanar or something. Okay, we found our own Eclipse Flamekin. Okay, so let's go mountain, mountain, mountain. Target you. Target you. Target you. Oh, Kolrath Zealot. Great. We get some of the card advantage back. So if they attack me with the Flamekin Guildweaver, I mean, I have to kill the Kithkeeper. It's going to make 3 tokens. Wow, can you imagine if they were able to copy? Keyroll is actually really sweet in this deck. Like, it's really cool in Elementals because there's so many good come into play effects. If they attack with the Guild Weaver, nope. Okay, so let's kill you. All right, that's not a land we want. We want some unexpected assistances and such. It's a Flame Braider. I'm going to keep the island in my hand for unexpected assistance. And all right, well, I mean, I think we've like stabilized the board somewhat. We've had our card advantage engines, right? We had the Flamekin and the Double Zealot. They've had their Flamekin, so, and the Sizzling Changeling. So this is almost entirely just top deck mode here. I have Sanar and 2 unexpected assistances, which would be really, really good draws here. Blue, red, white, green, black. Puka's Eye is online. That's unreal. That is unreal. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, we're probably going to lose to that, to be honest. That's incredible. I've never seen a fully turned on Puka's Eye. The fact that the Kithkeeper taps gives you green and white tokens, like I am simply not going to be able to grind through a Puka's Eye here. But you know what? It's awesome that I'm losing to something like this. So now any Vivid card that they play. Okay, that's a green card. This is nuts. All right, Rooftop Percher, sure. Unless their deck is just all garbage, right? If they just have all unplayables or something. I'm actually so happy that I get to see this happen once. If it's not me, my opponent, right? Like, that is awesome. Oh, multiple Puka's Eyes? Okay, so for some added redundancy, Forge and Wickermaw. All right, now the question is, do they have a good closer, right? Like, can we potentially deck them because they just run out of actual ways to kill me? Was Kithkeeper their only way to actually kill me? These are my hopes. These are my hopes. Okay, this is a protective response, sure. All right. We need to draw some of our action stuff too, though. They have double Puka's Eye going, you know? Like, I need to at least keep up with the board, because if they find a way to kill my Kolrath Zealot, then I just have nothing left, right? Yeah, and they did. So, yeah, and this is where just like sheer card advantage is going to come out on top here, of course. Oh, they have another trick? Sure. I will say, this deck, probably very, very good in the mirror. Like, against other Elementals decks. Okay, well, that's far too many lands. Sweet deck. Sweet, sweet deck. Double Puka's Eye. GG's. Somehow, of all the decks that we lost to, that was the one. Honestly, it was a bad matchup. It was a bad matchup. I don't have a good answer to Puka's Eye. 5-2. All right, opponent on the play. I got 2 lands on the draw. I'm going to keep this. I have Island Mountain Sneakling as a 2-drop, and then I have a Noggle Robber and a Tweeze that I can play for 3 mana. Noggle Robber, obviously harder to cast because I need specifically Mountain off the top here. Opponent on a mulligan, but I did find Kolrath Zealot, so if I don't draw a land here, probably land cycling is the best thing to do. We'll see. That's a Gristle Glutton turn 2. I did draw a land, though. So that definitely changes my approach here. Another red-green deck. Is that going to be our downfall? Just red-green nonsense? Elder Auntie. So Gruul Goblins. We are just running into all of it today. Maybe green is on the splash. Gnarlbark Elm. So yeah, green is on the splash. We should probably kill Gnarlbark Elm. But how? I believe it's going to be with Tweez. Alright. They can rummage with the Glutton, that's fine. And I do want to hit land drops. Let's just pitch this Percher, I think. Just like the most expensive card here. Okay. Ooh, I did hit Cinder Strike. But I don't want to use this treasure yet. So they like their hand, by the way. I need to be land... Maybe I should have land cycled with the Kolrat Zealot last turn. If I did, I would have land cycled and then used my treasure to Tweez. No, yeah, that was better. Because then I could have definitely played Flamekin Guildweaver. Now I'm in kind of a weird... I'm kind of in an awkward spot now. But I just love value. You know what I mean? I'm a sucker for value. Their hand has some number of removal spells, by the way. Okay. Alright, so now we can cleanly Cinder Strike the Gristle Glutton. Gathering Stone. Son of a gun. I don't know what that guttural sound was, but that's a tough card to grind through. And another, kind of like the Pukazai. It's going to be hard. And I think I deeply regret not land cycling there. Yeah, that's really brutal. I didn't need to play that right away. I need to be more aggressive now. They should be pretty happy trading their Elder Auntie, honestly. I mean, would I have played the Flame Braider this turn anyways? I don't know. Did they keep the card on top, by the way? I don't remember. I see a mountain in the... Yeah, they did. So whatever this is, they wanted this card. Maybe it's a removal spell. It's definitely not a goblin. But, like, you kind of get double owned by not revealing a goblin here, right? So this better be very, very good. Oh, that's a clever play. Wait, they discarded Blightrot? So this is the card that they wanted. Now they get a fresh look at Gathering Stone. And if they hit Goblin, kudos. Okay. Not the Swamp. Boulder Dash. Wow. That is really good here, but I think I'd rather just attack. They should have blocked that. You should have done that last turn, sir. Alright, I'm going to go Flamekin Guildweaver here. I do think it's highly likely that they have another removal spell. So I am going to just play something that will perhaps... Wow, we've been getting very lucky on these Gathering Stones. No card yet off the Gathering Stone. It's not Grub's Command. Again, I think it's... Okay, that was just a card that they drew for the turn, I think. Alright, let's find a good spell here. Kolrath Zealot or Sig. It's not unexpected assistance. I mean, Sig is pretty good. So is the Zealot, though. I'm going to go with the Sig. I feel like I want this game to end sooner rather than later. And having an unblockable creatures here seems really, really good. A third miss on Gathering Stone. Wow. Goliath Daydreamer. And Vile Boggart. Are you kidding me? Did I actually draw Feed the Flames here? Unreal. Alright, well, let's kill you. Let's play Sig. Oh, I actually just had the win. I'm stupid. I had the win. I should have cast Boulder Dash. What am I doing? Wow. Wow. That was hilariously bad. Now if they hit like 2 goblins, they might have a chance here. I mean, I think we're huge favorites to win this game. Yeah, but I literally had lethal on board. That's on me. I wanted to get the value from the SIG, but that's not what I should have done. All right, back into top 250, and we are now playing at 6-2 for a trophy. All right, playing against the Green Ranger, rank 54. We are on the draw, but we have a really solid hand, so let's see what happens. Overgrown Tomb, okay, so in playing against an elf deck here. What you got? Nothing turn 2. All right, let's go Flame Braider. Midnight Tilling, okay. More can't... They milled 2 Morcant Loyalists. Well, folks, that is, I guess I can play Rooftop Percher. I really needed to draw a land this turn, actually. Do I want blue or red mana? I think red mana. Okay, that is a Morcant Loyalist. I'm not sure Cinder Striking the Loyalist is worth it, so we'll do this. Safe Right Cavalry, okay. And Blaze Epiphany. Okay. Oh, I should have just gotten rid of this. I should have gotten rid of the land because of Luen, possibly. They attack me with Morcant Loyalist. Okay, I'll block. It's a really odd card to include. I guess. Okay, sure. It's a 4/4. Our mana situation is a little dire here, I'm going to say. 3 cards in hand. I almost want to Unexpected Assistance to try to draw a red source, just because of how far behind I feel here. Like, what I don't have any other plays is the problem. I'm going to go for the high upside play here. All right, we drew the land. Now what? Boulder Dash looks like it's going to be not that strong here. I certainly want both my lands, and the Guild Weaver is a good blocker. Let me think. This is a very big discard, so... I mean, if you have double combat trick, yeah, whatever. I mean, that is why my opponent's the Green Ranger. The Green Ranger is pretty OP. Sheesh. This is an absolute thumping. How do I just, like, not die here? What? All right. All right. Well, you know, look, this is how you get to high mythic, folks. Double Blossoming Defense, hitting double Morcant's Loyalist. It's okay. It's okay. Well, you know what? That's a fun way to end the format. It's okay. They kind of had it all. But you know what? We still made a really good run. We still made a really good run that was I wouldn't even call it an excellent elf deck. It did have the 2 Morkans Loyalists. It had some tricks, but, you know, it had some filler cards as well. But they had some really good, well-timed removal spells and played that very, very well. And what else did we lose to? We lost to the Pukazai Elemental deck. And then we also got run over by a Goblins deck. But all in all, honestly, you know, we have overall done very, very well in this format. And going 6-3 is something that I'm not going to be too upset about with this deck. Based on the draft, noting that blue was like kind of open. We did get unexpected assistances and all the temporal cleansings that we wanted. Red was very, very open based off all the interaction that we got. So all in all, I think this was a totally fine deck here. I think there were a couple of different directions we could have gone. We could have gone Goblins, but honestly, I don't hate the fact that we went this direction either. Soulbright Seeker did a lot of work, ramping us into our expensive things. The Perchers were also totally fine. And, you know, I think we had a couple of rares here in the Sanar and the Endblaze Epiphany. So all in all, rock solid deck. I wish we had a more busted deck. We had some really, really great runs with a bunch of Elementals decks. But all in all, this format has been reasonably fun. You know, I'm really happy that this format was only around for the amount of time that it was, because a set that only allows you to play like 5 archetypes plus maybe multicolor Vivid decks, it doesn't have as much room for replayability, right? Because like after 20 drafts or so, you've kind of seen what every deck does. So on that note, you know, I think it's good that we have a new set coming right around the corner. But at the same time, I think in terms of what their goals were for all the archetypes, every single color combination, Goblins included, felt like if you're doing the thing, it felt like you were doing powerful things, and it was satisfying, right? When you're playing Kithkin and you're beating down with Thoughtweft Lieutenants and Thoughtweft Imbuers, it feels great. When you're playing Elemental Control, you're cycling through all your cards, killing a bunch of things, feels great, right? When you're playing Elves, feels great. So every single archetype, I think, was well supported, and I think they did a really, really good job of making sure that those archetypes were supported. So on that note, I think Wizards did a fantastic job with the design. Couple of hiccups, like Morkan size. I don't love the design on that one, but overall, I think they did a really good job for the restraints that they had with regards to the fact that you can only really draft the 5 Kindred types. So all in all, I enjoyed this set reasonably well enough. I think I would give this set like, I think there's like you have a ceiling for this, but I give it a B+. I personally enjoyed this format more than I enjoyed Avatar. I thought this, I mean, outside of obviously finding your lane, but I didn't think there are obviously bombs in this format, but they weren't as plentiful or as oppressive as what you saw in the previous set. And so I felt like I had a lot more control. The removal was really solid as well. So I just felt like I had a lot more control over my wins and losses, right? Sometimes you just lose because your opponent curves out and has well-timed combat tricks. That's what happened in the last one. And I don't mind losing to that as much as, you know, a lot of the other ways you can lose, like a turn 3 Earthbender Ascension or whatever, right? So on that note, I enjoyed this set a fair amount. Let's just quickly go over kind of my stats for this set because it is my last draft. Overall here for the current set, we sat at about 66%. So as far as my performance on these sets, it was roughly about average. You know, I think just in most sets, I kind of sit around that between 64 to 68%, just like there's variance there, right? So 66% is right in line with kind of what you would expect for somebody who drafts every single day and only punts some of the time, right? So pretty good here. But as you can see, net minus 2,300 gems with a 66% win rate, peaking at Mythic 3. So going infinite is not easy, okay? Going infinite in limited is not easy. The thing is, I'm still probably overall up, but that's only because I'm doing all the daily gold grind. So that kind of ends up making up for the fact that I'm actually down gems despite this ridiculous win rate. So it's tough. It's tough. Unless you're, I think Numot's crushing it this format. Maybe Lola is as well. Or Defor, all those guys, they all crush it. So, there's going to be some variance, but for the most part, even people in super high Mythic that are performing very, very well are not going to necessarily be doing super well with regards to just like the gems. Oftentimes we're just breaking even, maybe up a little bit. something along those lines. But yeah, all in all, pretty good. Actually, my elementals, I only ended up with a 62% win rate. That's because early on, I didn't really know how to draft the archetype, and I ended up losing a lot because of it. But towards the end, we started doing much, much better. As far as the main color types, as you can see, I literally didn't draft goblins once, which is crazy. Look at this. I drafted 4-color. We went 7-0 with a 4-color deck, 9-4 with a 4-color deck, 83% in Grixis. But yes, we drafted Izzet for 62%, Golgari Elves for 69%, Kithkin for 66%, and then Merfolk for 67%. So all in all, fairly close spread. I would bet that if I go goblins, it would be like a low number, but similar win rate, because I would probably only go into goblins if it's super duper open. But recently, we also just did quite well for ourselves. We had, 6-3 in this draft. We had the 4-3 Merfolk draft, but then we had a trophy, and then 6-3. So, recently we have been doing pretty well for ourselves. And all in all, pretty happy with kind of my performance. And I feel like just my play too, just in general, I feel like I've been playing a lot more recently, and that's been helping. At least in normal draft, cube draft is a completely different story. So like I said, I thought they did a really good job of just designing the mechanics for the kindred types. They were very satisfying. I enjoyed drafting basically everything. I even enjoyed playing goblins. I won 3 out of my 4 collector booster boxes playing goblins, and they were all busted goblins deck, and it felt good. So yeah, great job on the design. And I think this was just capped by the fact that you can only play the 5-color type. So what do we do from now? Well, this is the end of our Lorwyn Eclipsed run. I might do another cube draft here or there. I can't help myself. But tomorrow we will be having the early access event for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So that's a brand new set. Excited? I'm always excited for new sets, right? I think everybody likes playing drafting a Magic set for the first month or so, and then it kind of tapers off. So for me, having these new sets is obviously a nice bonus just because I can try something new. So really excited to share that with all of you. Probably going to be starting things off with a sealed deck because, of course, we have the pre-release coming up. And then afterwards, it's mostly just going to be draft all the way through. But excited. I'm excited to draft some Donatellos and Leonardos and draft some Splinter beatdowns. I don't even know. I'm just talking. But, I grew up watching Ninja Turtles, excited for it. Let's see what they can pull off with all of that. But anyways, that'll be it here for Lorwyn Eclipsed. I enjoyed you a fair amount. I will see you around. Maybe we'll see you in a flashback draft, but tomorrow will be the early access event for Ninja Turtles. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Special shout out once again to all of the patrons. Also, I post all my videos ahead of time on the Patreon, depending on the tier level. So if you really want to get super far ahead of all the early access videos, I'm probably going to be posting 6 or 7 drafts within the first 2 days. I piecemeal them out on YouTube for 1 a day, but on the Patreon, you're going to be able to see 5 or 6 drafts all at once by Thursday, right? So if you want to really make sure you see a ton of drafts ahead of time prior to the pre-release, I definitely recommend checking it out. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of Lorwyn Eclipsed or pre-order some booster boxes of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, check out TCGplayer.com and make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but certainly not least, go to HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you're looking for top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, all to get ready for your next pre-release event or any other tabletop setting, go to HeavyPlay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.